Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 246 of Sonic Boom TV. It's about 2:30 in the morning when I'm recording this video. I tend to do that these days. This episode is a little short one. Hopefully, going to get this done in 15 minutes or so. This episode is some four records I got from Whatnot, and these are not my normal people that I buy from a lot, just other sellers. So the other sellers episode, right? So I got four records. Three of them were used. One of them was brand new, but I did open it already because I had to check what color the vinyl was. Wasn't sure. So these records were all had pretty cheap, and one of them, the first one, came from a guy that goes by the name of Vinyl King 69, I think. He's on just about every day, it seems like. He's got a store in New Jersey, I think, maybe, or Florida. See, I know he's got a New Jersey connection, but I think he's in Florida, so maybe he's both. I don't know. But if you look him up on Whatnot, you'll find him. Vinyl King 69 has a great selection, a lot of heavy metal stuff, but he has a lot of other stuff too, and he does a lot of giveaways. And I thought I had bought something from him before, but this said it was the first thing I ever bought from him. I know I've won records from him before, but this one, he was in his basement at his house. I think it's at his house, and he's got tons of records. And he found a bin, he said, in a corner somewhere in his basement, and it just had these records in it, and they were almost all like these heavy metal records, and they range from like hair metal, glam metal, to thrash metal, to whatever. They didn't have any covers on them. They only had one in the box that had a cover that matched the record. So everything you were buying was without a cover. Now, I generally have a rule that if I buy a record and it doesn't have the cover, I'm not paying more than $5 for it. And I mean, it could happen, but usually that's my rule. If it's I don't care if it's brand new or 100 years old. If it's doesn't have the cover, I don't want to pay more than $5 for it. But I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll happen. But anyway, this one came up, and I didn't bid on it at first, and I thought about it because I thought people were going to bid them all up. They were paying decent prices for all these records that didn't have any covers. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. They did have a really good copy of a Def Leppard. It was either Pyromania or High and Dry. I can't remember. I have both of those already, but that record looked really nice, and he found the cover for that one, so he gave it to the person. I think they got it for like $6, and he gave it to him for $6, even though it's probably like $30 or $40 with the cover in the condition it was in. So anyway, this one sat. Nobody bid on it the first time, and I said, you know what, run that other one again. And I paid $5 for it. He put it in this cardboard back with a bag, and it says 1973, $25, rare error mastered at wrong speed, 8% faster. But that's not for this record. This is something else. I don't know what that belongs to. I'd love to know what was mastered at the wrong speed. I want to hear that. But this is a band called Kick-Axe. They were an 80s, I guess just 80s heavy metal band. I have their album called Vices on a cassette. So I don't remember anything about it really, but I have a friend, Dan, in Canada, from Off the Charts. He likes them a lot, so he talked about them several times. So when I saw this, I was like, you know what? I don't know anything about this album, but the vinyl looks really pretty good. It's a little dusty and needs to be cleaned, but it's nice. It's on that Pasha label. I always like that label. Famous for Quiet Riot being on that label. But this is Kick-Axe, and it's Welcome to the Club. The songs are Welcome to the Club, Feels Good, Coming After You, Make Your Move, Never Let Go, Hellraisers, Can't Take It With You, Too Loud, Feel the Power, With a Little Help from My Friends. And that's the classic song, John Lennon and Paul McCartney song, Beatles. So it's got a couple little scuff marks. I don't know if you can see it, right here. It's got a scuff, but it's not gonna affect the play. Right there. but it's really got a lot of fingerprints and stuff on it. But I thought this would be good, and maybe I'll try to find the cover at some point. But it's one of those ones that I would have, I would have gotten if I had seen it with a cover. So, because it's one of those just bands, that like if you're trying to pick up things you missed back in the day, this would have been one of the bands. Because like I said, I only got the cassette of the Vices album, which I believe is the first one, and this is, I think, the fourth one, which may be the last one. But anyway, a little pickup. So that was from Vinyl King '69. Then these next two came from Wine and Vinyl. They are a pretty much local people to me. They live in Slidell, Louisiana. They had to do a Whatnot show. They have a lot of hard rock and 80s, 70s, 80s stuff. They get it's kind of they don't know much about any kind of music really. I mean, they know a few things, but they don't know. They make up their own rules of condition, but they start everything at $1. I believe it all starts at $1, I think. They just like, she'll say, if it's got damage, she'll say, oh, it's vintage or whatever, and then she'll say extra vintage if it's really her, and she knows she's playing her game, and everybody knows it too. It's not like she's trying to rip anybody off. So if you go there and you see her saying the wrong things that aren't right, it's not that she's trying to scam anybody. She's a very good person, as far as I can tell. As far as if you got a problem, they take it back. It's her and her husband. But they're Wine and Vinyl, and they got this shiny logo sticker with their logo on it. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it very well because it's a lot of kind of a much thing. They got a hat with that, but it's got a record, Wine and Vinyl, some music notes, and it's like 3 different clip art things made together or something. I don't know if I can't see if you're doing it. But anyway, they got a hat with that. Like, it's a trucker hat like this. I'm thinking about getting it. They got different colors. I'm going to get it. I know it. But anyway, I got 2 pretty good albums out of them. The first one I didn't want to bid this much for it, but it still wasn't a lot. But it was one of those things where, like I had mentioned before, when you go to bid on Whatnot, with a little slider thing, and when you see the price, like when you're trying to slide it, sometimes you see the price going up, and you can't do anything once you start sliding it. You got to let it go, and it puts the bid in for you. If you're the high bidder, then you're the high bidder. So I ended up paying $8 for this one, and it's Journey Departure. I didn't have this one at all, so that was good. It's in good condition. This one has Any Way You Want It. Any Way You Want It, Walks Like a Lady, Someday Soon, People and Places, that's another good one. Precious Time, Where Were You, I'm Crying, Line of Fire, Departure, Good Morning Girl, Stay Away, and Homemade Love. Still got the original inner sleeve. And it's not torn or anything. It's got a little corner bend right there, but that's okay. But as far as being torn or thing, it's not. I mean, it may get that way before I'm finished with it, but it's not already split like you usually see these things. The vinyl is dirty. It's got fingerprints on it, but otherwise nice. I mean, it's just dirty. It just needs to be cleaned. But I have a few Journey albums, not all of them. They look terrible on the back cover here. They look so 60s, and not 60s, 70s. Man, their hair was... that was the way it was back then, but man, they look bad, I think. They don't look like a band. They just look like some guys, I don't know. And that's Steve Perry in the middle right there. So he's the one. Neil Schon, who's got this weird perm thing going on. He's the guitarist. The other 3 I don't really know. Greg Raleigh, Steve Smith, and Ross Valerie. I don't know them. The next one I got, nobody bid up on it, which I'm surprised. They had another one this week, but they said it was scratched, so I got lucky on this one. I'm putting things back while I'm talking. I shouldn't do that. This one I got for $6. And I thought sure it was going to go bigger than that because I have a CD of this, and that CD on Discog says it's like $30 or $35, and this is not really worth that much. So it's I got it for $6. Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. I played it already. I didn't clean it, but I played it. It's got a little paper something stuck to it right there on the front. Cool cover. I don't. Well, I guess that is the band right there, and that's Alice Cooper in the middle. You know, in the front. But I don't know if they're supposed to be gangsters. I mean, or were Alice Cooper's band ever considered gangsters? I don't know. We've got this girl right here. Looks like somebody that might be trouble for the band. Another one with the inner sleeve. Now this one's weird because it goes like this, and the opening is on the side. So I put it in there like that, of course, but you know, it would fall right out. So we've got printed inner sleeve, band on that side. We got picture of people and stuff, and track listing is I'm 18, it's my body, desperado, under my wheels, be my lover, school's out, hello hooray, elected, no more Mr. Nice Guy, $1 Billion Babies, Teenage Lament 74, Teenage Lament 74, and Muscle of Love. So the big hits are, you know, I'm 18, School's Out, and No More Mr. Nice Guy. And probably $1 Billion Babies is probably pretty good too, as far as hit wise. But these are all some kind of hits. And in the record itself, it played very well. It's got a few little hairline scrape things, whatever, you know, it's got fingerprints on it. I basically just wiped it off. I didn't even try to clean it good. So, but it played well. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 little pops in it that may come out when I do the cleaning, which may be this weekend when I do start cleaning a bunch of records. I don't know. But those 2 came from Wine and Vinyl. Like I said, they're on. They do a show about once a week, I think. I don't know what day it is. It's a weekday for sure. I don't know if it's maybe like Tuesday nights or something like that. And they don't stay on very long, maybe 2 or 3 hours. And they've got a lot of records. I don't know, like I said, I don't know where they're buying them from. And they're not too, you know, knowledgeable about everything music. So, you know, you can maybe teach them something, or they could, you know, do whatever they got to do. Then the last one, I don't have the receipt. I don't think I do anyway. Let me see. Maybe I do. I know the price. I know who I got it from, but I don't know what her thing is. It's the Best Coast Music, I believe. Sorry, we're gonna go look for the receipt because I don't know what it was. And I don't have the receipt. Well, I know I paid $15 for this. I know it was Forevermore 1982 is the girl's name on whatnot, but her show was Best Coast something music, maybe, I don't know. But it's a band that I never owned anything by, and I've been wanting to get some stuff. They sing that song Lazy Eye, which is not on this, but this is Silver Sun Pickups, Better Nature. It's a 2 LP color vinyl, and she got it for me for $15. She got it straight from the distributor, so it was brand new. I opened it already, but I didn't peel the thing off yet. It says Silver Sun Pickups, Better Nature, includes a single hot nightlight, 180 gram 2-disc etched vinyl, and downloads, digital downloads. So it's probably a 3-sided. I don't even look at that part. I just pulled it out for the color because I wasn't sure if it was. When she said it was 15, I wasn't sure it was going to be the color vinyl. So take that off. Track listing. I mean the cover again. Back. Track listing. These are kind of like an indie rock, a little bit of pop edge to them, I guess. We got Cradle, Better Nature, Connection, Pins and Needles, Friendly Fires, Nightlight, Circadian Rhythm, Last Dance, Tape Deck, Latchkey Kids, Ragamuffin, and the Wild Kind. And then we'll open it up. I don't know. You'll see it here. Kind of cool photo. The band with the purple light in the fog. The neck is hurting. And we've got, unfortunately, paper sleeves on the inside. So we do have a little sheet. There's the download card in there. I think I have the one with Lazy Eye on MP3s, but don't have the files. I mean, don't have any original stuff. So we've got that little card. So I'll have this one on MP3 for sure, if that code is still good. We've got the printed energy. This is a kind of a thin paper, not glossy, matte finish. Lyrics, lyric sheet. It's kind of nice colors and stuff. The whole thing's nice colors. These colors don't match this, and you know, which is like two different nice picked colors. Which is interesting, and then this one doesn't really match that. So, and then the inside has nice colors. So the whole thing is nice colors as far as I'm concerned. Not that anybody really cares, but you know. So yeah, so they gave me this for 15 because they had it for 20, and they auctioned it off, and I think they changed the price or starting price to like $5 or something like that, and we bid it up, and the other guy got it, and I think he paid 15 or 16, and then they had one still in their store on the whatnot thing, and I was like, hey, you have another one of these? Because I'll just buy it for 20, because that was their price. And she said, no, the one we just sold was the one that was marked for 20, but I'll get you another one. And so what she did is she ordered it from her distributor, and then the next time she had her show, she just said, hey, this is for him. Don't anybody else bid on it. And of course nobody else was going to bid on it, because her show is mostly pop kind of stuff, Taylor Swift and that kind of stuff. So most of the people there probably aren't going to buy a lot of the rock stuff or indie rock or whatever. Some of them will, you know, but mostly no. So I got it, $15, and then, you know, good deal. I got another good deal coming from her as well, and then we've got this kind of intense yellow. It's got a little green in it. I don't know what color it said it was. Did it say? No, it does not say what color it's supposed to be. So it's a yellow green. Got the purplish label on that side and a darker purple label on this side. It's like almost like a lime green. I mean, that might be the best way to say it, but it's kind of or a lemon, maybe I don't know. It's somewhere between lime and lemon, and that's one of the records. That's disc 1, and then disc 2, same color, but the centers are. Oh, this one's got the etching. So wait, we got the center is the orange color, and then this side is the etching. It's kind of more of a pinkish color on the label, but the etching doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the heck that is. It looks like maybe some trees or something, but it like this part right here is smooth in the middle. That's solid, and then you got texture here with the etching and the etching on that side. But what is it? Can you even see it? I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, wait. See that light bulb's up there. So you check to see if your light bulbs are working. I'm missing 2 because they keep burning out, so I just unplugged them. But I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to be. So that's a waste of side. But the sleeves are poly-lined, so that's a good deal. You know, I know I'm gonna like this. You know, I really like that Lazy Eye song, as well as they had a couple other ones. And like I said, I think I got that whole album on MP3s, and maybe some other stuff too. I haven't listened to them in a while, but you know, it's one of those bands that I'm always like when I see them, I try to get it, and I always get outbid. But this time I got this one for 15, so good show, good deal. So that is it for this episode. We did it in about 20 minutes. That's not too bad. Go, like I said, if you're on Whatnot, check out as many sellers as you can that are selling something that you're interested in, because you never know what you're going to come across. And if there's not a lot of people in that room when you're there, that's when you're going to find a deal. You'll find somebody just sitting there trying to sell some stuff, and they'll put up something that you know is like $30, $40, and nobody will be there to bid against you, and they'll put it up for 15 or 20, hoping that it'll get bid up. And if there's nobody to bid against you, you're going to win that. So you just gotta just flow through it. And what I usually do is I'll go through on Whatnot, and I'll look and see, like, I just put it on vinyl records. That's my category I go under. And then I will go through the people. If I know the people, I'll stop and look at their show, see if they're selling. But otherwise, I just keep going through. And then if I see somebody doing a giveaway, I'll stop. I'll join their giveaway, and then I'll if it's a thing where you have to follow them or whatever, fine, go ahead and do that. And then I'll look through their store, and if they have stuff in the store, then you know what they're selling, or the types of things they're selling, and you get an idea of, okay, this person sells, 50s, or this person sells classic rock, or this person sells pop stuff, and you know whether or not you're going to be coming back to them a lot that way, because generally, if they got stuff in the store, that's what they carry. Some people are just a total mixed bag, and that's good too, because you never know what you're going to get. But that's the way. And I win a lot of stuff, but that's because when I end up in, these rooms that are doing giveaways, a lot of times they only got 5 or 6 people in there, and 2 of them are probably bots or whatever. So there's not a lot of people that you're going against, and you'll win something. And sometimes if you win something, you try to buy something if you can. I don't always do it, but I try to remember, hey, if I won something from that guy, I at least got to go back and see if they got anything. And there's been a couple people that I've won several times, but every time I bid on something, I get outbid, and it gets too high for me to actually justify paying for it. So I feel sorry about that, but that's part of the game. You gotta play it if you're going to be on Whatnot. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Talk to you guys later. I got a couple more to record tonight at 2:30 in the morning. 2:50 in the morning.